The NBA has a Boston Celtics problem. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that the Boston Celtics are putting up stats and putting up wins and doing things we literally rarely see in the history. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here. The history of the National Basketball Association. And you might be saying to yourself, what are you talking about? I'm going to jump right into this video here about the Boston Celtics because they have so much talent, so much intrigue, and really, they are the Celtics, one of the most historic franchises in NBA history. And people get excited when they hear the name Boston Celtics. It's like in baseball, the New York Yankees, in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, or the Green Bay Packers. You got the Boston Celtics and LA Lakers in the NBA. Those are fan bases that are always itching, and they want nothing more than an NBA championship to be considered a success. So let's go into our 3 facts, 3 opinions about the Boston Celtics. And fact number 1, and this is the biggest problem the NBA has right now, they have, I'm just pulling it up here, a net rating of 12.0, which is the second highest net rating if it continues. And they can even go higher than this in history of the National Basketball Association. Second highest ever to the 96-97 Chicago Bulls. That's insane. That's just how good the Boston Celtics have been this year. So I decided to go previously to the 10 teams that have had the highest net ratings and see how many of them won championships. And 8 out of 10 won NBA championships, including the Chicago Bulls, of course. But let's run down that list here and tell you who's won championships and who's not. 95-96 Bulls won a championship. 96-97 Bulls, who are tied with the Celtics for second, won a championship. The Golden State Warriors, 2016-2017, they did not win the they did win the championship that year. The Spurs, 2015-2016, didn't win the championship. Then you'd have the 07-08 Celtics won, the Bulls in 91-92 won, the Milwaukee Bucks in 1970-71 won, the Golden State Warriors of 2015-2016 did not win the NBA championship. The Lakers won the championship in 1971, and the Golden State Warriors in 2014-15 won the NBA championship. If you have a high net rating, you are more likely to win an NBA championship, and that is just the fact. And that's what's scary about the Celtics. Fact number 2, they're 21-6 against 2 to 8 seeds in the East with 0 losses at home. They protect the home court advantage. They're able to sit there and say, you come to Boston, you're not going to win this game. Plain and simple. And just with that and that alone, I think they're going to be able to get out of the East pretty unscathed here as long as injuries don't occur. That's including to Porzingis, who has had an injury history. Hopefully Drew Holiday is healthy. Jaylen Brown, obviously, and Jayson Tatum cannot get injured if they want to continue this and actually get to the point where they want to get to. And fact number 3, and this is big, players in the NBA with the most playoff games under the age of 27, well, that's the 2 J's. Jaylen Brown is first, Jayson Tatum is second. They have experience. This team has gone to the NBA Finals already. It's gone to multiple Eastern Conference Finals. They have the pedigree where they've been able to reach almost the promised land and just fell short. Now, the NBA is scared of this because when you get experience, usually a team eventually goes on to win an NBA championship. But let's give you my 3 opinions about the Boston Celtics and whether or not I think they're right now going to win the NBA championship, which could change because that's what opinions are. You don't always have to keep the same opinion no matter what. Okay, opinion number 1 is we've been too harsh on Jayson Tatum. I am not the biggest Jayson Tatum fan, right? I think he's a great player. I'm not necessarily a fan. I'm not a fanboy of Jayson Tatum, but he's really, really damn good. But the thing is, he's under 26 years old right now. LeBron didn't win his first championship till 27-28. Jordan didn't win his first NBA championship. Nikola Jokic just won at 28 years old. And we are just sitting here clowning Jayson Tatum because he's never won an NBA championship and he's been to one as the best player. And he's gone to multiple Eastern Conference finals, all under the age of 28 years old. I think it's a little bit harsh on Jayson Tatum. I think we need to give him a little bit of a benefit of a doubt here and say, hey, Jayson Tatum is actually a very good player. So why are we not sitting here and saying like, hey, Jayson Tatum could be better? Or are we saying Jayson Tatum could be better? He's done so much at this point in his career. It's unbelievable, actually. Opinion number 2, the Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, to me, are still the favorite. I know it might not be what exactly Boston Celtic fans want to hear, but they are the favorite still. They have Nikola Jokic, who is going to be the best player on the court. They have Jamal Murray, who, I mean, he's not better than Jaylen Brown for sure, but in the playoffs, he's probably had a better playoff career than Jaylen Brown. And they have already won an NBA championship. This team that the Celtics are going to face if and when they get to the NBA Finals, if they both do, is a matchup nightmare because there's nobody on the planet who can stop Nikola Jokic. And if they can't stop Nikola Jokic, this, to me, is a huge deal, and the Celtics are not going to be able to beat the Denver Nuggets. It's just not going to happen, in my opinion. This is the only team I think the Nuggets would face huge issues with. Any other team that comes out of the West, I'd pick the Celtics. Every team in the East, I'd pick the Celtics. But the Denver Nuggets specifically, in their pedigree, I would not pick against the Denver Nuggets until I see somebody beat them. Plain and simple. And my third opinion here is it's okay if they lose. I know it sounds horrible, and everyone's saying this is the time. This is the opportunity. If they don't win it this year, when are they ever going to win it? Let's go back to the fact that Jayson Tatum is under 28 years old. He has time to win an NBA championship, plain and simple. He's going to eventually, in my opinion, win an NBA championship, whether that's this year, next year, the year after. And I mean, he's still young enough as the best player in the team. The only issue is right now, he's not better than Nikola Jokic. He's not better than Giannis. He's going to go into a few series here in the NBA playoffs where he is not the best player. If the Mavericks somehow, which I don't believe they will, come out of the West and face them, Jayson Tatum is not the best player. The problem here is Jayson Tatum is freaking amazing. He's a top 5-6 player in the league, but he's not 1 or 2. But does he have time to get there at his age, under 28 years old? I actually believe he does. So I think my biggest opinion and biggest takeaway here is what the Celtics are doing is absolutely amazing. The Celtics are playing great basketball. The Celtics are a team that I think can win the NBA championship. But if they don't, because they run into a buzzsaw and a player in Nikola Jokic who's playing some of the best basketball we've seen in history of the game, it's okay. There is going to be a next year. There is going to be opportunities to win other NBA championships in the future. And I think Boston Celtics and NBA fans have to realize that. If the Celtics don't win, it's not time to say we need to blow it up. Not we, like us, but like them, saying we need to blow it up, because the Celtics are going to have multiple opportunities with this core as long as it stays healthy and intact to win NBA championships. My name is George Jarjour, or George on Tap. You can follow me everywhere on social media at George on Tap. I run multiple YouTube channels here. One of them is my personal George on Tap, about my life and running a sports media company. The rest of them is this one, Hoops on Tap. I'm on Football on Tap, where I talk about the NFL and with my brother. And I also have our Seattle brands. You can check those out everywhere. If you go on my social media profile, you'll find all my profiles there. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you guys next time.